9 and 1. In this video, I will to explain about GDP deflator, CPI, and unemployment rate. So, what is the GDP price deflator? The GDP price deflator measures the change in price for all of the goods and services produced in an economy. Using the GDP price deflator helps economists compare the levels of real economic activity from one year to another. And the last, the GDP price deflator is a more comprehensive inflation measure than the CPI index because it isn't based on a fixed basket of goods. Okay, this is the example of the GDP price deflator. For instance, let's say the US produced $10 million worth of goods and services in year 1. In year 2, the output or GDP then increased to 12 million. On the surface, it will appear that total output grew by 20% year on year. However, if price rose by 10% from year 1 to year 2, the $12 million GDP figure will be inflated when compared to year 1. So, the GDP price deflator calculation is GDP price deflator equal nominal GDP dibagi real GDP and multiple 100. So let's say an economy has a nominal GDP of 100 billion and a real GDP of $10 billion. The economy's GDP price deflator will be calculated as 10 billions or 8 billion multiple 100, which equals is 125. Okay, the next is what is consumer price index or CPI. The CPI is a measure that examines the weighted average of price of a basket of consumers' goods and services, such as transportations, food, and medical care. It is calculated by taking price change for each item in the predetermined for each item in the predetermined basket of goods and averaging that. The next is how is CPI used. The CPI and the components that make it up can also be used as a deflator for other economic indicators, including retail sales, hourly or weekly earnings, and additionally, it can be used to value a consumer's dollar to find its purchasing power. Generally, the dollar's purchasing power declines when the aggregate price level increases and vice versa. The next is how to calculating CPI. Okay, the formula is CPI equal cost of market basket in given year per cost of market basket is best year multiple 100. Okay, the next is what is the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate is the proportion of the labor force that is not currently employed but could be. There are 6 different ways the unemployment rate is calculated by the Bureau of Labor Statistics using different criteria. Okay, this is how to calculating the unemployment rate. To calculating the unemployment rate, the number of unemployment people is divided by the number of people in the labor force, which consists of all employment and unemployment people. The ratio is expressed as a percentage. Okay, this is the formula, and this is the curve unemployment rate, the example. And the next is unemployment rate in January 2009 until 2020. Okay, thanks for your attention. I am Nur Fadhila Arivino. uh, I want to closing my video. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.